It has been mighty cold last few days. Ignore my messy room. And this little guy has not been on a walk in a couple of days, huh? Let's go. Your ear's inside out. Oh. Okay. Okay, you ready? Oh, you can't even be seeing the camera. This is odd. Riddle me this. Oh, okay. Come here. Sit. Good boy. This harness is gonna fit you so much better now that you're not super fluffy. All right, you're ready. I'm gonna drag that around for a second while I put on my coat. Well, I acquired the goods. Since leaving on my mission, all of my things have been at my grandma Albie's house. And I got the stuff. I also have 2 backpacks on. I have like my purse backpack and then my camera bag on the front. And some outfits and beanies because this stuff that I pulled out, I was not prepared for Utah winter. It is freezing. Just got extra sweaters and beanies and also a swimsuit just in case hot tubbing or something exciting happens. And this picture book that I need to take some pictures out of and replace with mission pictures. So I've got some things cut out for me today. We're just gonna go for it, and I'll do is sit down and kind of explain the story of why I'm home and why this is all happening. So it's gonna be a good day. Well, we've acquired the goods. Now, since I've been gone, I was gone for a year, there's little random things that I have to do that are just normal life things that I have to learn how to do again. And that includes going to the bank. I have to be an adult and be by myself and go figure out all that jazz and my account stuff because I haven't used it for a year. So that's been pretty exciting. That's another random to do that I've got to get finished that I'm gonna do now. So woohoo! Adulting is fun! I just got done with the bank and it took like 2 seconds to get the password and everything. The girl that was helping me was so nice. If it wasn't weird, I would go back and be like, do you want to hang out when you're off work? She was so nice. I just love genuine people, and she looked like she really liked her job, and she was just like vibing. It was really cool. But I'm doing something really exciting right now. So on my mission, this little disposable camera is at 0. It's full. So I am going to go today, give them some money so we can develop these pictures because I don't remember what's on it. But I know that I purposely didn't take film pictures and digital pictures. Some of these pictures are ones that I have not seen before and that are not on my camera roll. I'm super excited. I don't know how expensive it's going to be. I think this one originally had 14 on it, and I have another one in my bag that had 20 that is not full yet. I'm really excited. We're going to go see what pictures are on this bad boy. I literally can't even breathe outside. It's so cold. It is so cold outside. My lips are like numb. Oh, it's so cold. Oh, it's so cold. My photos will be ready in like 2 weeks. I'll pay for them when they're ready. Goodness, we did it. Now I'm gonna go home. I've got to switch out some pictures from that photo album. And it's Wednesday, everyone, which means that my dearest friends are having their preparation day today as missionaries, which means they get to call home and talk to their families and friends. And so they're calling me and talking to me, and I get to hear about how the Tennessee Nashville mission is holding up and how they're doing now that I'm home, and it's a happy day. It's a really good day. It can pull some heartstrings sometimes because it makes me miss being a missionary, but I'm excited for it today. Tomorrow I'll probably cry about it, the next I'll be happy about it, depends on the day. But today's been really good, and I feel really productive and happy, and I started with a really good scripture study, so we're doing really good. We're holding in there, y'all. We're holding in there. Side note, there's a massive Target Big Rig at Walmart. You're in the wrong place. I wish this was Target. That would be cool. Okay, kind of unconventional. I figured I would finally take the time to sit down and just talk for a minute. This vlog has been a lot of me talking and a lot of random clips of things that just have brought me joy since I have been home. And I wanted to explain a little bit more about what that has been like in that process of me coming home from my mission. So about 2 weeks before I flew home. It was a Saturday and something had just felt kind of off. I called the mission nurse, which is like, because there's a ton of missionaries. So I had a mission nurse assigned to us, and she basically helped us know if we needed to go to the doctor, hospital, all those things in emergencies or just like colds, whatever it was. That was her calling. Her job was to kind of facilitate all those things. So I called her on Saturday. I was like, hey, not in any pain, nothing's wrong, but I feel like something might be off. So she started talking me through like plans to get checked out, to get better understanding of what's going on and how we could work things out for my benefit. And that Sunday morning, after I'd called the mission nurse, I woke up, was not well. I had a really hard time walking myself to the bathroom. I slept through church because I was in so much pain in my lower back that I didn't feel like I could stand up straight or walk. After my companion got home from church, we called the mission nurse again and explained what had happened, and she sent us to a walk-in clinic to get some tests done. So we went to the walk-in clinic and I explained what was going on. They told me that I needed to see my primary OBGYN and to be able to actually sit down and have a solid doctor to work with and to talk about what was going on. So you can't really have primary care because you're going to be jumping around the state of Tennessee, and in my case, Kentucky and Illinois as well. And so I needed primary care, so I knew that meant that I had to come home. And that call with my parents outside the walk-in clinic was the scariest phone call of my life. Because I knew that once I vocalized what I was actually struggling with and the pain that I was feeling, and once I had stopped pretending and stopped trooping through it, because I had a TENS unit that was helping me deal with the pain, and I was on a ton of ibuprofen and Tylenol, and I could still feel it. So I knew that I needed to go home. I loved being a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I loved my service with everything in me, and I loved the people I was teaching, and I loved my companion, and I had finished my mission in Clarksville, Tennessee, and I loved it there. I loved everything about being a missionary and being fully dedicated to the Lord 24/7. It was going to be a really big trial of faith for me to give that up so early. So I called my parents, and my mom was crying, my dad was crying, I was crying, my companion, Sister Golightly, was crying. We all had a feeling that day that we knew that this is what the Lord needed, that I was supposed to be home, and that my mission was over. And it was really hard to come to terms with. I did not want to do it. So I called my mission president later that night, President Galland, and I explained what I was feeling and what was going on and why I was struggling and the pain that I was in. And I just told him I can't band-aid it anymore, I need help. And he was very loving, and him and his wife, and we all decided that it was better that I go home to get the treatment that I need. Getting home was not an easy task. I was really happy to see my family, to see my parents and grandparents, and it was wonderful for about 3 days. And then all of a sudden I realized that I was actually home, that there wasn't a flight to take me back out to the Tennessee Nashville mission, that once I'd taken my tag off, that I wasn't going to be able to put that on again, that my full-time missionary service was finished. And it was really hard, and I was miserable, and I didn't get out of bed for a while, and then the physical pains and things that I've been struggling with on my mission began to happen when I was home. It was painful to walk, it was painful to stand, I could do limited activities, and I was uncomfortable, and it was rough. But the appointment finally came around, and we discussed some options of what to do. They sent me to get an ultrasound, and this ultrasound was to make sure that nothing was developing or growing on the outside of my uterus that shouldn't be there. They looked at a bunch of things. They found a ton of extra fluids on my back in what's called a little cul-de-sac. Girls have, uterus. It's right next to the uterus that goes against your lower back. And I hadn't explained to the man doing the ultrasound that I was having so much back pain. I hadn't explained anything. He was just doing the test that my doctor had ordered, and he was like, "Are you in a lot of back pain?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm in a lot of back pain." And he was like, "Well, that's why, because I have a bunch of extra fluid and blood, and all that grossness has been built up behind and against my lower back and putting pressure on it." As far as to right now, we don't really have any solid news. We don't really have any steps. They're just going to continue to do testing. I'm going in for laparoscopy, I believe is how you say it. And they're going to do a small incision and put a camera in and make sure there's nothing solid inside what we saw on the ultrasound, and figure out what we can do from there to help alleviate pain, to help balance periods and all that stuff, and just keep me happy and healthy and going about my regular duties and my daily things. So that's a little bit more of the story of why I had to come home. Coming home from a full-time mission is not easy. You go from having your schedule completely booked out every half hour of your day. You have something to do every half hour of the day. Till you get home, and in my case, you're in a lot of pain and can't really do a ton of things. But it's definitely a transition. This transition into dating and into new church callings. I have the opportunity to teach the youth that are preparing to be full-time missionaries, which is super exciting. There's just so many incredible, beautiful things that I get to enter into in this stage in life, and I'm so excited to do them. And I know that through all of this, that it's the Lord's will and that He's going to take care of me. So different outfit, different day, because I ended up being in a lot of pain and I couldn't really function. I'm still in a lot of pain, but while in Mom's bed, I'm going to watch a show. I'm going to eat some ramen noodles. I'm sure that's not going to help, but it's going to help my soul. It's a beautiful stage of life, and God is so good, and He has a plan. And if you are a missionary that's come home early for health reasons, mental or physical, that the Lord is so aware of you and that He loves you so much. He's got your back. He's always got our back. Y'all are incredible. Thanks for being a part of this journey and for loving the heck out of my family while I was gone. That was really lovely. I'll cut to, I think, after I taught Jack how to get gas because I was in a lot of pain and couldn't get out of the car. So he learned how to get gas. Look at him. My siblings are growing and so big. We're teaching Jack how to get gas!
We haven't run him leave.
Because I'm in too much pain to go inside. I sent him in with a $20 bill to say, I would like 20 on pump 7, please. He's doing it. He's right there. There's his face. He's getting gas, y'all. Look at him go.